everyone, welcome back. Today it's like 50 degrees and it's like 10 o'clock. I'm burning up. I just took the dogs on a walk. But anyways, today we are going to review a new collection. This is from KKW, her Mauve collection. She came out with a mauve and a honey, and I picked up the mauve one just because, you know, I like purple, right? And this was also like my birthday gift to me. So this is actually how I'm gonna do my makeup for my birthday, and we've got some fun things to test out in this collection. So before we begin, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get started. Okay, so she came out with quite a few things. So we've got the matte eyeshadow palette, and it's all matte shades, which I know is a little different for me, but I mean, look how beautiful it is. I couldn't resist. And then she came out with two blushes. They look like this, and we've got rose quartz and fuzzy pink. I don't know how I feel about those. Those look kind of the same, but we'll try. And then she came out with 3 lip liners and 3 lipsticks. So we're gonna test them all out. We're gonna start with the eyes like normal. I've already got my Nars Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base on, so we're gonna hop right into the palette. We're gonna go into this shade here. I think it's either Dusty Violet or Muted Mauve. I'm not exactly sure. The names are on the back of the palette, but it's kind of confusing. So that's the shade we're gonna go into. It looks to be a little bit powdery in the pan, but that's not a deal breaker for me. And I'm just gonna put this above my crease and build it up into a transition shade. I mean, so far, there's pretty good pigment. It's a light color, so it's not supposed to be super intense, but I can definitely see that it's there, and it's looking pretty good. I'm not going too heavy with that transition color. I mean, it's blending out very nicely, and I just wanted like a very light color there. Nothing too intense. But I mean, it's very pretty. I'm happy with it so far. Next, we're gonna go into this darker shade here. I think it's called Hyacinth or Boysenberry, but this one seems darker, so I think that one's Boysenberry. So, but we're gonna go into this shade. And with this shade, I am just going to start deepening up our outer third here. I'm kind of thinking we're gonna do a cut crease-ish type of thing. This is actually blending out to be pretty light, so we might actually go into that Boysenberry shade. It's a really pretty mauve purple though. I'm liking it. So what I'm noticing for this darker color at least is that you've got to pack on the pigment a couple times, because like the first time I put it on and started blending, it just kind of blended away. But the second time I've got the color on there blending, it's not disappearing completely like the first time. So that's nice. But it does mean there's a little bit of extra work to these shadows. But I mean, that first pigment didn't do that. So I wonder if it's just the darker ones. I mean, once you get the pigment on there, they blend out very nicely. They're easy to blend out. It doesn't take a lot of work. I actually really liked that color, so I ended up taking it all the way to the inner corner of my crease as well. So that's why it looks kind of funky. Next, we're gonna go into this lightest shade here. It's a really pretty pink, and I believe it's called Blushed Jasmine. And I'm gonna take my flat shader brush, because this is the color I kind of want to carve out the lid with. And I mean, it's pigmented, so definitely can do that. I actually wasn't expecting it to be that light or that intense, but it's good. That actually really impressed me, because I didn't have to use any concealer to actually do like a real cut crease. I just used that light pink shade, and it is really pretty in my opinion. I've never had another shade be able to do that. Next, we're gonna go back into Hyacinth and just clean up where I got a little too far on that with that light pink. Next, we're gonna go into this darker purple. I think it's called Radiant Orchid. And I just want to deepen up out here a little bit more. That purple is a bit more like purple. It's got more to it, where the rest have been more mauve and have had some like grayish tones to them. That doesn't mean I don't like this color. I do like this color. I like all the colors so far. I mean, if the palette didn't really speak to me in the picture, I don't think I would have gotten it. The nice thing too though is that they're layering very nicely. Sometimes matte shades don't work well together layered on top. So for them to all work out very well like this, it's a good thing. I think that brighter purple really just like umped up this look. It makes me really happy. So I am gonna go back into our first shade again and just clean up some of the edges here. Just give a nice good blend. And I'm gonna go back into Hyacinth a little bit and just kind of blend this harsh line here between the light and the intense purple. Not into having very harsh lines. We're just gonna blend and mix colors until they don't look so harsh anymore. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. I mean, I like the colors a lot. I just don't think I did a super good design. And I have purple on my face, so I don't know how I did that. So I'm gonna clean up the eyeshadow down here and clean up the eye look a little bit, and then we'll come back for the other products of this collection. So please enjoy the intermission. All right, now that we've got most of the rest of the face done, we are going to finish up the lower lash line. And I'm not gonna lie, this is one of those looks where I had to trust the process a little bit, because now that I've got my face on and my mascara on, I really, really like how they turned out. I gotta quit doing that, where I judge it too harshly before I even like do the rest of my makeup. It's not a good habit, I don't recommend it. So to begin, we're gonna go in with this dark shade, which I believe is the Radiant Orchid, like the more purpley color. And I am gonna start that on the outer third of the lashes. Next, we're gonna go into Hyacinth, that medium purpley color we were using. And we're gonna blend that from the outer third and bring it about another third in. So we're gonna leave the inner third open for the lightest pink. And then I did grab a itty bitty brush, and I'm just gonna take the lightest pink color. I'm gonna pop that right on the inner corner here and kind of take it about halfway actually. And I actually take that lightest pink shade all the way from corner to corner just to tone down the purple over here on the outer third and just kind of blending everything together. Yeah, so I really like the eyes now. I tend to not trust the process, but thankfully I didn't wipe it all off and start over. So I really, really like this. I think this is a really cool palette. It's very unique to me. It's got the purples in it, but I mean, it's also got some of these warmer shades to it. And I don't know, I think it's gonna be a good palette for my collection. Especially like, it's an all matte palette, and I don't think I think I've only done one all matte look on my channel so far. This impresses me. Like, I'm very happy with it. I don't even want to add shimmer to it, which is like not me at all. So like, I'm gonna add a whatever highlight I used today, I'm gonna put that in the inner corner. But other than that, like, I'm very happy without any shimmer. Next though in the collection are the blushes. Again, those look like this. And I'm not gonna lie, it's either my lighting or what, but I think they look like they're the same colors. So if you can tell a difference, please let me know. Like, maybe Fuzzy Pink has a little more mauve to it. I don't know. They look the same to me. We're gonna go in with Fuzzy Pink. I think it's got a touch more purple to it. It's pretty. I'm not thrilled with it by any means. It's pretty. It's a matte blush, so there's no shimmer to it. I don't know. I just find the fact that the blushes look the same color, and I don't know, maybe I just did too heavily of a purple look, and these are very pink blushes. I don't know. I'm not wowed by the blush. Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty blush. It's a pretty pink blush, and it would probably be very good for a different kind of look. I just don't feel like it's got a really mauve tone to it, or let alone a purple tone, which could just be me trying to match my eyeshadow, but for how purple the eyeshadow palette is, this is very pink. I mean, it's a good formula. It blended out very nicely. I'm just not wowed. Okay, so next we're gonna go into the lips. She does have 3 lip liners. So we've got Mauve 1, Mauve 2, and Mauve 3. And honestly, I think only Mauve 3 is the one with the more purpley mauve tone to it. The other 2 seem very neutral brown to me. So we're gonna go in with Mauve 3, but before we do that, we're gonna swatch the lipsticks too. So maybe there's a mauve lipstick to match it. If not, we'll pick one of the other ones. So now we have Mauve 1, Mauve 2, Mauve 3. I think Mauve 3 has the most purple in it again, but Mauve 2 is just speaking to me and I don't know why. So I think I'm gonna pair the 3rd lip liner with the 2nd lipstick. I think that'll be a pretty good match. That's a really creamy formula. That's quite nice of a lip liner. I mean, I've heard good things about KKW's lip liners in general, but this is the first time I've ever got to try one, and it's nice. I think that created a really pretty like ombre look. I've never done that before, so that's really cool. The lipstick itself though seems very powdery though, pretty dry. So like for me, I know I have to put a lip gloss on because there is no moving my lips together. There's 0 chapsticky feel that I am accustomed to and tend to need all the time. But I think it's a really pretty match. So here is our finished look. I am actually really, really happy with it. I did go ahead and end up adding my Ofra and Samantha March lip gloss in the shade Millie, just to round off the lips. I think it gives it a nice shine and I can move my lips a little bit easier, so that's nice. Overall though, I think I really like this collection. I am really impressed with the eyeshadow palette. This is the first time I've ever gotten to use her eyeshadow formulas. I've heard good things about them though, so this definitely didn't disappoint me. It's just a learning curve like any other eyeshadow palette. For the blushes, I think you guys know, I think it's a good formula. I like how it blended out. I'm just not thrilled with the color for this collection. They're pink and they look the same to me. So I think it's a fine formula if you did want to pick them up and you like the color, but for this collection, it didn't wow me. So I'll still use them, but just a little sad about them. For the lip liners, again, I've heard really good thing about KKW's lip liners and it didn't disappoint me. The one that I got to use today, I think matches the eye look really well. It was the most purpley one and it made me really happy. It was super creamy and easy to put on. Nothing bad to say about these. For the lipsticks, I like the colors. I think they're a bit warmer than the rest of the collection. Like you've got pretty pale mauve purples in the eyeshadow palette, and then you've got 1 lip liner that's purple and then 2 more brownie lip liners, and then these are more like pinky-ish. Like I really like the combo we have on today, but I think of everything, the lips have the most pink in it than anything. Aside from the blush are pink, but I mean, I like them. The formula is a lot drier than anything I've tried. Obviously, I'm not super experienced in lipstick. I would recommend, like, while you're doing the rest of your makeup, put on a lip oil or some sort of moisturizing mist, and then when you're ready to apply your lipstick, don't wipe that stuff away because these are very dry and powdery feeling, and I definitely had to wear a lipstick, otherwise I wasn't gonna make it through the day. Or a lip gloss to make it through the day. But those are my final thoughts about it. Overall, if you're into purple, I do think this is a really nice collection. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. I am here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.